Now we are ready. So welcome everyone. This is the Working Group Device Management meeting for native resources, also known as Node Allocatable Resources from April 21st, 2026. Please remember this meeting falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct, which basically means be excellent to each other. I came here just to participate, but I'm now hosting and I'll hand over it to whoever has agenda topics for today.
Hey, so the first one should be me. Let me see. Let me double check. Da, 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 uh. Yes, it seems it's me. Okay, so yeah, so the context is that I said I made a proposal about splitting the DRA driver CPU in because currently the DRA CPU driver has basically two very different operation mode, which is the individual mode on which each and every CPU core is exposed as device, and then we have the group mode on which devices are basically allocatable pools. And the fact that those two operational modes are glued together is first of all is UX friction because you have basically two different identities tied together. So the idea is that we can split and keep evolving the individual mode because functionality-wise, the driver is well understood. We know what we need to do. It's about implementing, making it robust, making it compliant with best practice, while the grouped mode, the so-called the resource pool mode, needs more work and etc. etc. We had an issue. We have an issue. We have conversation. Some comments were posted. I offered my take on them, and basically we are here. And a lot of people plus one the idea. So this is basically a pulse check. If this forum feels that we had enough time to reason about it, and so we have a go, or the other way around, if there is a no go, or if need to no, let's take more time to make sure people understand the proposal, shares feedback, and else. And so I'm trying to be excellent to the community and give enough space to and time to reason about this. And this is my actually my topic for this forum. Yep. Go on, Sergey.
I'm totally supportive of the idea, and I feel that we gave enough time for everybody who was involved. I mean, discoverability of that may be questionable, but I believe it's enough time. I think the only comment I can make is we need to be flexible in what we'll release. Like if we'll get feedback that more features will be needed, we need to be open to explore the idea to expand drivers that we GA in, and then making sure that like people can adopt it reasonably with the reasonable scenarios, and then give us enough feedback for future developments.
I totally agree. I don't see any problem with that. And there it was a comment on the proposal about okay, then what's in scope and what's not. I just want to briefly acknowledge the comment and say that basically my own idea, my own criteria, and I'm mentioning so people are aware can comment. My own criteria would be that if we have a reasonable extension to the resource model a driver exposes, for example, new feature on top of the individual mode, that's totally fair. On the other hand, bundling together wildly different resource model is something that warrants reflection and possibly split, which is the very topic we are talking about. So, all that said, I think that Sergey's comment is totally fair and totally fits in this direction. So, I see no problem whatsoever with that. And since we are talking about, I just want to publicly acknowledge the other comment, which was from Marlo about the composability of drivers, which is a very fair comment. I believe that this is a comment about composability and plumbing together different drivers, which is true in general. So it happens to be more relevant because we have plans to merge the memory support obviously in one driver because they are exposing both pool of resources, not obviously on the other, even though I'm not opposed in principle by that. But in general, if we see as a plus one, as a feature, the fact that we have many, many drivers for resources and possibly overlapping drivers, because, for example, community drivers for CPU and vendor-specific driver for CPU, then this is a problem which we always have down the road. So point taken, I think is not specific, and I think we have tools to solve. Any other comments or topics or questions about this topic? Otherwise, I take that as a go, and we will implement the split with the timeline. Okay. Nothing 3, nothing 2, nothing 1. Okay, so quick comment about the timeline. Because it seems that this forum is fine with the split, and we don't need more time to move forward. So the idea now is that we will do the split before the next release. Uh, and we will merge code. We have some work in progress about, for example, the Helm chart supports comes to mind, the observability metrics comes to mind, some robustness fixes come to mind. We will merge them together. So basically, the idea is that we'll do the split among the last things we do before wrapping up the release. We will wrap up the release and kick off the other driver repo and project in parallel. And after that, the two roads will basically diverge. But we plan to share code among the two repos because there are some common code paths, and maybe extracting component helpers or whatever DRA specific common package it may emerge. So with that, I think my point is done. Thank you everyone for the feedback. And again, reminder, if you have any last thoughts, feel free to comment on the issue. Thank you everyone.
Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, I added a topic. So I started putting together a proposal for like Alpha 2 on the CAP. I think like for 136, we started working on the CAP where we introduced some changes within the scheduler to basically have a better understanding of like no like DRA also managing node allocatable resources. So as an extension of that, like I started putting together this proposal for like 137. So the primary focus for this document is like one, we want to start introducing some enforcement changes on the node side. And the second big topic was like during Alpha, we had plans for introducing more accounting policies. So basically, currently, when we have like a pod with standard request and DRA, the scheduler will combine the both and treat or the sum of these two are considered as like requirements for the pod. But there were use cases where we wanted to do like uh, different types of accounting like consuming from a resource claim and things like that. So I started putting together some initial ideas around this, but I was thinking like since Sasha mentioned he wanted to be there for the discussion, and today I think he has a conflict even like for working group and also Signode. So maybe we can do like an offline like review on the doc for this time, and I can bring it up in Signode meeting like next week on this topic. So yeah, just wanted to bring this to people's attention, like the proposal for Alpha 2.
+1 from my side, and I will reviewing the Alpha 2 work in progress. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Is there any plan for validating Alpha 1, like how it works? Maybe implementing specific scenarios with it?
Yeah, I plan to spend some time like putting up a POC mostly to verify the fungibility part. I'll share my my findings here. There was also I think last week there was a proposal about like using DRA for CXL memory, and as a part of that like some of the things that we introduced in Alpha 1 was being used for that project as well. So I can reach out and get more feedback from them. But yeah, I can update maybe in the next meeting here.
Yeah, that will be useful. Before
Yeah,
we extend the API even further, we need to understand if you go into the right direction.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the only topic I had for now.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, then we can make that a short meeting.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.